I need your advice on something. So I was buying some stuff on the internet, which arguably I don't really need. But when I saw it, and actually my gardener had a very similar set, and it's like, oh, this looks really cool, you know, pruning the trees. It's so like easy to do with all these. And if this guy is too, you know, is not enough, then you have this chainsaw, and it's not a big one. It's more convenient. It's more easier to handle. So, and then he said that he got it from locally, and it was a Hayami set. So I went online and I found the seller in like a small web shop in Hungary. I placed the order. Nothing happened for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden I said, "Oh, your order changed to in process." And then right a couple of hours later, I got an email from the courier saying that, well, the stuff is getting delivered. And then I could only pay with cash on delivery. So there was no option for, online payment or anything like that. And that's why I realized, well, that's when I realized that probably this is one of these drop shipping sites. So they just create a front end and everything is delivered from China with drop shipping. So probably this is why it took 2 weeks. And I thought that this is like a scam and I'm never going to see the products. And I started to research online, on AliExpress, because I thought this must be coming from China. And I found these products, and to be honest, I mean, I paid more for it, but not so much more. I mean, obviously the guys took a cut, but it wasn't like, it was still, I think, a good deal. And I just want to, show you some oddities, because when I did the research on AliExpress, I could, for example, see this snipper or pruner, which is, very similar to this one. And to be honest, I have to say this is a, really decent stuff. I mean, this one with the battery weighs about a kilo. So, it has a grunt to it. These things here, I mean, fairly substantial piece of steel. Not that it really needs to be this strong, I guess. And I have seen replacement blades. I mean, I can't really tell if it's the same, size, but it seems like that there is some replacement stuff. I mean, maybe the milling on this is a little bit coarse, but anyway, it seems to be, fairly strong. I did some test cutting with it, and it's definitely working. And to be honest, like somebody like me, I'm going to use it for maybe a couple of hours every single month, and it's just going to survive without any issues. So in this kit, I got this pruner, this 6-inch saw, and then both of them came with 2 batteries. And I've also got, let me show you. I mean, I won't be able to get it into a shot, but this extension thing. So here you can put the battery in, and the the devices go on the top, and then you can extend this. And this one, this is made of metal. I mean, obviously these extensions are plastic, so this seems to be a decent quality as well. We'll see. I mean, I don't think I would, find out if this is not a good enough quality, because frankly, I'm just not going to use it enough for it to go bad probably in a few years. But the other thing which was a little bit funny is, oh, and by the way, so this is called Hayami, and I've already taken the box to the basement. Oops, where is the focus? But it has, focus, please. But it has like V88F or VF88, which is something, again, a brand that I've seen online. So this one says Hayami. This has a different brand. It says Kimiyo, but the batteries are the same. They are interchangeable. And then the charger seems to be the same. And then, it says here, you can see it says 48 volts, 2 amps. That's the charger. And the other charger, which came for the other device, that says pretty much the same thing. That's 1.5 amps, but still 48 volts. Oops, sorry. But then, we are playing catch up with the focus. So I charge the batteries, and I turn this guy on, and damn it. And if you see, the battery indicator says it's 2 bars out of the 4, but this is fully charged. It's like something is not right here, but it still works. Fairly nice. The one that my gardener had has a counter as well, so it shows you how many cuts you made. This doesn't. And then if you long press, then it keeps it shut, and then you can turn it off. So it's fairly nice. The saw itself doesn't have many features because it doesn't have a main on-off button. There is like a physical release, so it's not easy to push the button, but then once you do it, it's going to go, and it's fairly loud, so I don't want to do that. So the only way to this is just to make sure you don't cut yourself, is to remove the battery. So anyway, I was looking at these batteries, and then it says here 48 volts. This doesn't say 48, but the listing said 48. But then I removed the battery and I did a test with a multimeter, and let me just bring it here. Oh, you don't see the screen because of the ring light. So you don't see the screen this way either. What if I prop you like that and you don't see the screen either? Damn it, why does it have to be so difficult? Oops, stay. You stay. No, it's going to fall. Like that. Yeah, that's good. So the battery is 21 volts. And then if I take the plug from the charger, the charger is 21 volts or 22. So I don't get it. What's the point of lying? It's like, okay, it's a 21 volt system, but then on the other hand, this never shows a full battery. So maybe this one is designed for 48 volts, but it works, absolutely fine with half the voltage. And I was able to cut with some really, thick branches, well, almost as big as fits in the Joe. So it's definitely working. So I don't get it. And then I disassembled one of the batteries. And so you can see the top half. By the way, there is no seal, so there is no water ingress protection. I think there are some slots here, and just to, physically locate the top, the top half and the bottom half. If you see the PCB, so one of the MOSFETs is not populated. I can see some part numbers that I was not able to see by the naked eye, and it's GW90. Okay, so there is something. And then we also see some parts on the MOSFETs. Oh, I am on the computer. Let's see. GW, sorry. 9035-DS. Well, Google is not my friend, or this thing that just doesn't exist as a part number, or I have no idea how to search for it. Anyway, so this looks something, and it has a thing in it, some sort of sense connection, and then the listing says that it has temperature protection, but I don't see any thermistor or temperature probe, at least not the ones which is attached to the battery. So maybe one of the ICs here is a temperature probe. You can see there is an unpopulated diode, there is an unpopulated there, but other than that, it looks fine. And you can see that it's basically just 4 18650s, 5 in series, and you can lift this. It's, it's a fairly decent construction. You can see 200 milliamp hours, 18650, unbranded. And yeah, I mean, it lies about the voltage, but then it seems to be consistently lying across these products. So I'm not really sure what's the deal with that. Is it just something that they wanted to, claim a superior product by listing a higher voltage, or there is something else? I'm not really sure. But, you know, it's working. It seems to be decent. Again, the things that what I'm going to be using this for. But I wanted to, you know, ask you if you have come across similar products, if you have seen these type of batteries, which claims 24 volt system, oh, sorry, 48, wherever it's only 20 volt system. And then, you know, if you have any experience, by the way, that's the type which has a barrel jack. So it doesn't have a docking cradle, but then you plug in the thingy there. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit less convenient, but I guess it's fine. So basically it has all the BMS and everything in the circuit. You know, I have no issues with that. Probably it's not, you know, a great quality, but again, as an average user who is probably going to use it, you know, once a month or a couple of times a month, the fact that it is lower quality, probably it's going to last as long as a professional one who is using it on a daily basis, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. So anyway, and the interesting thing is that I get so excited about this that I bought one of these cheapy looking power washer, which also seems to be running from the same battery as far as I could tell from the listing. And also I get a hash trimmer. It's from a different site which also appears to be doing drop shipping, just like the same thing. So again, it's a Hungarian site. The company is registered. One was registered in Slovakia, the other one was in Czech Republic. And but to be honest, I think they are just doing drop shipping, you know, creating a site. They do the translation to Hungarian, so it feels like that you are dealing somebody local. But if you have any problem with the, you know, any issues with the product, probably it's going to be you know, fairly complicated and a long process to return or get a replacement. Probably even, you know, more difficult if you would deal with AliExpress or Temu directly. But I guess one will learn the mistakes when they get there. Otherwise, it's just look like it's cheap product, and they're probably running a lean business because the price seems to be, I mean, obviously more expensive than AliExpress, but seems to be, you know, fair for, you know, what they are offering. So yeah, interesting stuff. If you have any of these similar stuff, just let me know because I'm interested. Bye bye. I think that's all for today. See you on the next video.